Theme parks might on the surface feel like they're all the same, but once visiting these places you come to realise how different their qualities can truly be, and how they can attract a different audience. Maybe you value charming parks aimed at families, maybe you prefer a park with intense roller coasters, or perhaps you value theming above all else. In this list I'm going to go over what I believe to be the best theme parks I've visited so far. I know there's a ton of parks that probably deserve to be on here, but it's an expensive hobby, so if there's a park that you think is world class that I haven't mentioned, chances are I just haven't been there. As a coaster enthusiast, I do prefer parks with a good coaster collection. It's not the be all and end all for me. The key aspect I'm basing this on is how much time I want to spend there, and how much I want to revisit each park. Without further ado, let's start this list. Number 15, Efteling. Efteling is one of the longest operating parks in Europe and feels very unique for a park of that scale. First off, this park is beautiful. It feels like a fairy tale come to life.
It's a fairy tale fucking town, isn't it? How can a fairy tale town not be somebody's fucking thing?
This park might not have the biggest collection of thrill rides, but what it does feature is incredible theming and plenty of natural beauty. The dark rides are also a highlight to Efteling and not to be missed, which makes the park a must for those who value immersion. Number 14, Disneyland Paris. While I'm not as attached to the Paris resort as I am to Walt Disney World, we'll get to that later, Disneyland Paris is perhaps the prettiest park Disney have ever built. Because this park is more recent than the American counterparts, there are several rides that have improved on the originals, such as Big Thunder Mountain and Space Mountain. If I was to give this park a downside, it would be that it hasn't seen many major investments in some time, which does hinder my interest in returning. Number 13, Walibi Holland. Walibi is known as one of the few parks in Europe that primarily focuses on the thrill market. This park is now best known for Untamed, an RMC hybrid which is widely regarded as one of the world's best roller coasters. This park also has two other solid standouts in Goliath, an Intamin mega coaster that focuses on speed and several airtime moments, as well as Lost Gravity, a MacRide's prototype Big Dipper model. Number 12, Walibi Belgium. Walibi Belgium has a great amount of investment recently, including the park's standout ride in Conda, a new gen Intamin mega coaster, which also features a staggering 15 airtime moments. Walibi Belgium's recent investments also include Tiki Waka, a fun Gerstlauer bobsled coaster. The park's dark rides, Challenge of Tucamoon and Popcorn's Revenge, are far more impressive than you'd expect from a regional park. Calamity Mine and Pulsar, the Mack Power Splash, are also standout attractions in this underrated theme park. Number 11, Portaventura. One of Europe's largest and most well-known parks is Portaventura, featuring the incredible B&M Hyper Shambhala, the intense multi-looper Dragon Khan, and the diversive but always thrilling Furious Baco. The scale of this park is stunning and feels like a park that could easily belong in Florida, with the warm weather and the impressive lineup of rides and shows. If only operations were better, this could have easily cracked my top 5. Number 10, Energylandia. Speaking of scale, Energylandia is a huge mega park which is sometimes dubbed as the Cedar Point of Europe, featuring an astonishing 17 roller coasters. The park's top 2 coasters are Zydra, an RMC Hyper Hybrid, and Hyperion, an Intamin Hyper coaster, the latter of which being my favourite current roller coaster. The park also includes several other standout rides, including Abyssus, a multi-launched new gen Vekoma, Speed, a huge Intamin water coaster, and Formula, the Vekoma launch coaster that put the park on the map. While admittedly the other coasters aren't that great, the park's top 2 make this park a must-do for any coaster enthusiast. The park does have its shortcomings such as the tacky theming and some of the consistent queue jumping, but the operations are solid which alleviate some of these problems. Number 9, Alton Towers. Even though, as a Brit, I've been to Alton Towers many times, it still excites me. I think it's mostly because it's like no other park in the world. Where else can you find a 19th century stately home in the middle of a theme park? Or walk into a park without seeing any rides until you're right up next to them? Alton Towers has a unique character which also translates to its rides, including the elaborately themed Wicker Man, the world famous Nemesis, and the 14 inversion record breaker, the Smiler. Number 8, Liseberg. This Swedish amusement park is situated in the city centre of Gothenburg, making it one of the most accessible parks in Europe. The main highlight here is Helix, a Mack multi-launch coaster that hugs the terrain and is one of the best layouts of any coaster in my opinion. The park also has Balder, an Intamin prefabricated wooden coaster, and Valkyria, a B&M dive coaster. While not every flat ride here is to my taste, the park has plenty of fan favourites, and several other notable rides such as the Liseberg Gannon. The park has a wonderful old school amusement atmosphere and is incredibly well run. Oh, and a night ride in Helix is not to be missed. Number 7, Universal Studios Florida. Orlando's original Universal Park has improved significantly over the last few years. While it might still rely on several screen-based attractions, the park has plenty of standout rides that truly make it a standout park in my opinion, including Transformers and the indoor roller coaster Revenge of the Mummy. The park also has impressive IP based land such as the Simpsons area. The real highlight of this park for me is the Diagon Alley section, which is taken straight out of the Harry Potter films. As a fan of the series, it's hard not to get awestruck by the scale and attention to detail here. Number 6. Park Asterix. It took me until 2023 to visit Park Asterix, and now that I've been here I feel bad for sleeping on this park. The main reason for my first visit was to Tatus, the new Intamin multi-launch for 2023, which is an absolutely incredible ride. But the park also has other standout attractions including Osiris, a top tier B&M invert. The park is incredibly well themed and is a lot grander in presentation than I was expecting. The operations here are phenomenal, some of the best I've seen at any park. The park has also seen record attendance numbers as of late, so we can expect to see even more great things from this French theme park. Number 5. Phantasialand. Take a park the size of 2 city blocks and give it a Disney or Universal budget. The result is Phantasialand. The park stands for quality above all else, and you can see that in several of the main rides. Almost every single ride is a must-do here, as the emphasis is making the best experience possible out of each ride type. The theming is up to the nines, and since I visited, the park has also added Fly, a Vekoma Flyer, which is one of the most impressive rides to date. Number 4. Busch Gardens Tampa. Out of all the parks I've been to, Busch Gardens has the best collection of coasters. It also manages to be one of the most impressive zoos I've ever seen. The coaster collection is stacked, from the family thrills of Cheetah Hunt to the intense old school B&Ms in Montu and Coomba. It's the best park in Florida for thrill seekers. Sheikah is one of my personal favourites, and it still holds up as one of the best dive coasters out there. And Busch Gardens isn't finished there are several other rides which also pack a punch. Since I visited, the park has also added 3 new coasters in Tigress, Cobra's Curse and the most notable of all, Iron Gwazi, an RMC hybrid which has been hailed by many enthusiasts as one of the best roller coasters in the world. Number 3. Magic Kingdom. I would in no way label myself as a Disney adult, but there is something I can't deny in the incredible sense of nostalgia and sentimentality I feel towards Magic Kingdom. It's the first theme park I remember visiting, and it's a place where I associate some of my best memories of my childhood. Now, I don't believe that you can rank a park so highly just based on nostalgia alone, so I'm glad to say that on my last visit the park held up well in terms of quality. I don't even feel like I need to mention any of the rides, because they are so iconic in their own right. While I am gutted about the closure of Splash Mountain, there's plenty of amazing attractions and experiences at this world-class park. Number 2. Europa Park. This German theme park is my favourite in all of Europe. The first impression I got from it was its sheer size. This park is huge and is easily a 2-day park. The park's top 3 coasters are Silver Star, a B&M Hypercoaster, Blue Fire, Mac's first launch coaster, and Woden, a wooden GCI. They're all fantastic rides in my opinion. It's a beautiful park with plenty of places just to walk around and chill if you need to rest. There's so many rides here that it's impossible to list them all off, but most of them are dynamic high quality attractions that are so well detailed you'll want to re-ride them again and again. And of course, I have to mention the park's amazing operations which are truly world class. Number 1. Islands of Adventure. Take the last few parks I've talked about and you could apply all their qualities to Islands of Adventure. For me, this park is the ultimate theme park experience. The themed areas are incredible, the rides are out of this world, and the park has an incredible atmosphere which will make sure you'll never want to leave. From the Marvel superheroes to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, every corner of this park is exciting in some way. The park has 2 incredible water rides to cool you from the hot Florida sun, and even the quieter areas of this park are also impressive. I haven't been here in recent years, so I haven't been able to experience the much well-received Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure or Velocicoaster. But if those rides are just half as good as people claim, they'll still boost this park into becoming my all-time favourite theme park. So that's it. As I said in the beginning of the video, I'm sure there's plenty of parks that I've included, so please comment below what your favourite parks are. I'd love to know your response. Thank you for watching and subscribe if you wish to see more list videos like these. Bye!